1 second. Okay, so it is Sunday and it's May 28th, and today is the official last day of round 1 of the Shift Shop test group. And we've got Chris Downing on the call here. He is the awesome creator of this program. Hold on. He created this program and then walked us through these last 3 weeks, which were awesome. To be honest with you, I was really nervous about the 45-minute workouts, but because I'm so used to 30 minutes at this point, anything, as soon as I see 45, I'm like, peace, I'm not doing that. But it actually was good. You killed me, and it was good. So we're excited that you get to share that with us tonight, and we'll share with you our results too. So go ahead and take it away.
Well, first, I apologize. I'm sorry for being late. Yeah.
That's okay.
Whose fault was that? Not sending me the link. No, I'm joking.
It was mine. I thought you were just going to pull it out of the that document, so I'll take it.
Oh no, I don't even know where to find it. I just wait for links.
It's all good. We're glad you're here.
Thank you guys for being patient. I promise we can stay over. Make it a full hour if you like. No problem. I don't have anything going on. So yeah, let's open it up. Let's ask questions. Most importantly, though, what I would love for everybody that's not a part of the test group, if everyone to really allow this call to really open you up again, really start processing in the back of your mind all the dreams you've ever had, all the goals, everything that you aborted within yourself as far as your dreams and goals. And let's see by the end of the call if it can resurface or just, I want to make sure everybody leaves here different than we started. Is that fair? All right. So I like doing Q&A. So roll the questions. How many people are on this call first?
So we've got 219 people on the call as of right now, and probably more will listen to the recording. So can you see your chat bar up on the right? So we'll just let people kind of go through and ask questions. Okay. Do you want to just give, some people don't know anything about the program. So while they're typing, do you want to just do an overview of this is why do you create the Shift Shop? A lot of people don't know your story. I heard a little bit of it while we were in Punta Cana. So if you just want to share a little bit of that, and then we can do the Q&A.
Right. So let me ask you a question. I just got off a call and I feel so you guys want to really know where the shift. You want to really know why the Shift Shop is the Shift Shop. I mean, as far as the personal development part of it, just everything that has, the participants feeling something. You guys want to, I mean, we can go deep now. I mean, I told you, I want to make sure you guys can get the full understanding of why this project means the absolute world to me and why everyone is feeling the way they're feeling. Okay. So I'm going to go deep. All right. Real deep, deep. All right. So I'm gonna take you back a couple years. A couple years ago, I had I'm not gonna a person. I'm not gonna expose it, but there's a person who I got in trouble 2 years ago over something that it wasn't even my fault. But I'm gonna explain everything to you, and it's gonna bring you full circle to what the Shift Shop is and why it's the way it is. So anyway, I had a person who had some drugs sent in California, right, to an apartment. And so at this apartment, you walk through the door, and to the left of the apartment was my son's mom, and my son lived there, and to the right was a vacant apartment. Well, this person was going to be moving into the vacant apartment, all right? And so allegedly, when they had it was marijuana, when they had it sent to this place, it was supposed to go to the person's name who lived there but moved out of state. All right. So I didn't know what was going on. I'm visiting my son's house, my son and his mom the day before. I saw the police go down the street, thought they were just patrolling the neighborhood. Now, in my town, I'm extremely popular because I train all the pro guys that live here. I train all the top athletes. My gym is everybody's home. It's just a place of Everything you see in the Shift Shop is what you see in my gym. It's just full of love, empowerment, inspiration, and it's just a great place, right? So anyway, this person had this stuff sent, and the next day, I'm visiting my son's mom again. She's in the process of moving back to my home. And so this package is delivered. And I'm like, you order something? And she was like, no. So the police show up because I never physically touched this package, guys. I never physically picked it up, never opened it, nothing. So I look and it's in my son's mom's name. And I'm looking at this package like, you didn't order it? She said, I didn't order anything. The police show up. Do you know what's in this box? I'm like, no. I mean, I just asked her that. So let's be mindful of the police officer. It looks like I'm lying. There's a guy, put some drugs in a woman's name, cover him up, but you're Chris Downing. You see what I'm saying? You're a public known guy in this community. And they pull her to the side. Is Chris funneling drugs? She's like, absolutely not. And she was like, they said, well, there's drugs in this box. She said, well, what's in it? There's marijuana in this box. So they put us together. They said, somebody's going down for this. It's just the only two of us there. It's in her name. Someone's going down for this. So we're going to have to take her in. Come on, guys. There ain't no way in this world I'm letting my son's mom go to jail. Ain't no way. I said, sir, it's mine. He said, it's yours? So you're admitting this is yours? I said, absolutely, it's mine. So you're claiming this, you claiming this package? I said, absolutely, it's mine. He said, okay, we got to take you in. I said, all right. They took my cell phones, looked all through my phones. They had my phones for 5 days. Zero trace of drug activity. Zero. Took both of them. No trace of UPS, no trace of anything. So they're scratching their head. So they take me downtown. And so when they take me downtown, they start interrogating me, okay, so you said it's yours. Who sent it? I couldn't give him a name because I don't know who sent it. I don't know. And he said, come on, Chris, you admit it. I understand you don't want to rat somebody out, but it looks good on you if you say a name. I'm like, sir, I looked him right in his face. I said, listen to me. I don't know who sent that package, man. I don't know. You're telling me I said, sir, I don't know who sent the package, but you're saying it's yours. So someone's just going to magically send you a package? Sir, I do not know who sent that package. He looked at me and he said, hold on for a second. Goes out, talks to his partner, comes back in. He said, there's just something odd about this story. And for some reason, I believe you. He said, let me see if I can get you out of here just on a signature and so it doesn't hit the media. I said, oh man, that would be great because this hit the media. I'm done. I can't explain that. So he went to his boss. His boss said, absolutely not. He's a public figure. Booking. He came in, Chris, I'm sorry, buddy, but I got to book you. I said, okay, I understand, man. I understand. So I ended up bonding out that day. Oh my gosh. My town erupted. The next day I'm in the paper and the courthouse was packed. I walk in and everybody's looking like this dude's been funneling drugs. He has 2 gyms. It was all a front, all this stuff. Like, and I'm like saying to myself, like, I'm done. So the person who should have been responsible for it, who wasn't there, said, hey man, I'm just gonna go to the police and say it was mine. I said, dude, they're never gonna believe you because they're gonna think that you're covering up for me. So this is when it all hit the fan. Come home, I'm out on bond, go to court in 2 months. My daughter, she's a senior in high school. She went through it all. I'm talking about being bullied. People were like, that's why you drive that car. That's why your dad has these gyms and he's a drug dealer and he, it's all a front here. We think he's a hardworking man. And she can't explain, like she can't process that because she's like, Dad, tell the truth. I said, sweetheart, I can't, we have to ride this out. What are we going to do? If you go to prison, I'm going to lose you're all I got. Like I raised my daughter by myself since she was 2 months old. And she's 19 now. So she's like, you're going to go to prison, Dad. Like, what am I going to do if you go to prison? I said, sweetheart, I don't know how we're going to do this, but we got to rise above it. She said, how are you going to rise above this? I said, I have no idea. But I can't tell the truth because I already admitted it was mine. So this is when I really realized how cruel kids really are. My daughter started getting bullied. They have these apps that you can go on your phone where you can choose a phone number where you can text me and call me. I can text you back, but I can't call you. And the only way, and we're going to the police looking at me like, oh, some drug dealer is going to come in here. His daughter's getting picked on about his behavior. They won't do anything about it unless they're threatening my life. Then they'll get the FBI involved and they'll trace it. But they said, we can't trace it. It's an app. So anyway, she's still getting bullied. Now my kid's an awesome kid. Now her behavior is getting off. She's not doing her chores. She's stressed out. Her grades are dropping. So I had to talk with her. I said, listen, before you leave to go to your grandma's this weekend, you need to do your laundry. So it's a rule every Sunday, her laundry has to be done before she leaves. She left anyway. I called her, made her come home, do her laundry. She got upset about it. She's stressed out. People texting her. I'm sitting there to send her a text message. We're going to send more drugs to your dad's house. We're going to get him in even more trouble. She's freaking out. So my daughter goes to pharmacy. She gets a box of extra strength Tylenol, goes to her grandma's house, goes in the bathroom, turns the bath water on, turns the music up. My daughter don't take baths. She takes showers, right? She takes 30 extra strength Tylenol. Her grandpa comes home, knocks on the door. Grandpa has to use the bathroom, honey. Don't hear anything. Goes downstairs, sit down, goes to his wife, and is like, hey, Ray is she's in the bathroom? Yeah, she's taking a bath. Raven don't take baths. She's been in there for like how long has she been in there? Oh, about 45 minutes. That's not Raven. Go back in there. Knock. Nothing. He's panicking because he don't want to peek on his granddaughter. He cracks the door open, looks in. My daughter's laying over the tub unconscious. So they had to take her to the hospital. They tried to revive her. They had to pump her stomach. They couldn't help her. They had to send her to the children's hospital. She's in the ICU for 4 days, fighting for her life, right? All of a sudden, everything comes down on me. It's my fault. And I felt guilty about it because of everything I'm dealing with, right? Next day, I go see her, and it's like the security is like the hospital people are observing me, visiting my daughter, and I'm like, I'm broken, like I'm crushed because like everybody look at me as a monster. I didn't do anything, but they don't know that. So anyway, child services gets involved, destroys me. Like beating me up emotionally and verbally. You're a horrible person. What kind of man does this to his daughter? I'm eating it. So I get home. I previously was posting videos on YouTube. My buddy who does all my YouTube videos calls me, hey man, I love you. You're like a brother to me, but I just gotta let you know I can no longer do your YouTube videos anymore. I'm like, I can't be affiliated with you. I said, I understand, man. I understand. I had millionaire mentors that I trained their kids. They helped me build my business. They gave me great wisdom. All of them turned their back on me. Not one of them allowed me to explain the truth to them. Immediately cut me off, immediately wouldn't talk to me, just brung my name through the dirt. People in the community turned their back on me, rightfully so, because of what it looked like. And I was on an island. I was broken. First thing I'm thinking about is I just ruined my uncle's dream. I just ruined my uncle's dream. My daughter's fighting for her life. Now I don't know how to post my videos on YouTube. I'm lost. So I got up the next day. Had $20,000 saved up. I took a leap of faith. I went out, bought a whole production, cameras, everything, editing software, didn't know how to use none of it. The only thing I know how to do is turn power on my camera, guys. I ain't know how to edit. I ain't know how to do anything. iMovie just wasn't good enough for me. I needed to really learn this. So I called this guy. I said, listen, dude, I know no one wants to be around me. Can you please put some fillers out and see if anyone of your colleagues are willing to come up and help me learn how to shoot and film and edit Final Cut Pro. I don't know how to use it. So let me put some fillers out. A guy calls. Yeah, I'll go over. He comes in my house. I had no money, but I hired this guy to come twice a week for 3 months to teach me how to use this software. And get this, daughter's in the hospital. I'm broken. I have no money. Gym is breaking down. My whole life is in shambles. The very first video that I filmed and edited myself was a video that Carl saw. Was a video of me training my son. I didn't know how to do it. I looked at little Chris. Come here, man. We can film. Took him to the gym. Just start shooting videos with him. And I learned how to edit. That was a video that Carl saw. Now, let's take you to December 2015. It was the last day of the month, New Year's Eve. I was still in a broken state. No friends. I felt abandoned, betrayed. just empty. And so I wrote a letter to myself. I called it my 2016. And in this letter, I took every aspect of my life and I put in this letter what I wanted to happen. All right. Someone thought I was crazy. Like, why are you doing that? I said, listen, if I don't do it, I already know it's going to happen. More of the same. I might as well, while I'm already rock bottom, take a leap of faith and be crazy and create my life on this paper and just believe it for my own sanity's sake, because I'm about to lose it. I'm really about to lose it. So in this paper, this letter to myself, I took my relationship with my kids, my family, my businesses, all this stuff, what I wanted to happen, right? In there around my career, I put that I would partner with a company via YouTube, social media, and do something really great. 5 months later, Beachbody called. But let me explain between December 30th and May 23rd what happened. Every time I would get up in the morning, I would read the letter to myself because I needed to set the tone of my day, because it was hard for me to face another day walking in the community being looked at as a drug dealer, right? So every time I was down, just struggling, no money, I had to read this letter to myself to make myself feel better. All right. At night before I went to bed, that's what I wanted on my brain. So I would read it at night. So I was reading this letter 3 and 4 times a day just to make me feel better, just to give me the confidence and the faith just to get through it another day. That's why you ever hear me in sometimes in the shift shop and test group, I say, you ain't always going to run across that finish line. Sometimes you got to crawl across it. Sometimes you just got to reach and touch the line. Well, that's what I had to do on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes I didn't walk in the house with a smile on my face. Sometimes I just walk through the door and just hit the floor like, I'm so glad I'm in my house. I just needed to get there. It was days like that. So what happened was Carl, he found me on YouTube, but he also, they researched me. They found out I had a felony. So what he did, and this is why I love this man with all my heart and all my soul, because he could have written me off right there. What he did is there was some people from the company who liked my gym pages. They watched me for 5 months to see the content I posted on social media to see if it reflected the charge. All they saw was the training, the motivation, the everything. So May 23rd, Heather calls me. She said, before we turn you into a fitness icon, is there anything we should know about your past? Oh, I sung like a bird. I told her everything that happened. Why not? What am I going to lie for? You already know. That's a shot at my character. I'm going to tell it. Worst come to worst is you can say, it was nice talking to you, Chris. But you know what? If I would have never happened, I still would have walked away knowing that I made the right decision. You see what I'm saying? Because why would I want to mislead somebody? So anyway, she called Carl. Carl said, I have no judgment against him. As long as it's behind him, he's ready to move forward, I'll give him a chance. So I ended up going to court. Let's back a little bit. They gave me 3 years probation. The reason why I got 3 years probation is 2 months before I got in trouble, there's a little restaurant called Piata. Me and my kids were there. My family was there. And there was a long line to the door. I paid for our food, and I looked, and I felt in my spirit, leave money, pay for everybody's food in that line. I left a $100 bill. I said, pay for everyone's food that walks through this counter. Don't tell them who did it. Just pay for their food, say it was a gift. The judge, what I didn't know is one of those meals I paid for was the judge that gave me 3 years probation. She said, I can't send him to prison. He bought my dinner. Plus, she looked at my case and saw that something's not right. Something's not right. The prosecutor was like, I hear nothing but positive things about this guy. This isn't matching up. So anyway, when I got my Beachbody contract, I took it to the judge, and the judge let me off probation 2 years early. I was on probation for 1 year. She let me off 2 years early, clean, no nothing. I left for LA. That's why I got out of here. I had to go. I had to be mentally clean because I knew that with this opportunity, I had Carl. I didn't want to make Carl look bad. I didn't want to make Beachbody look bad. I knew that it ain't hard. If you Google my name, it's going to come up. I didn't want, especially the prominent coaches who worked so hard to help build this company, look like what you bringing a hoodlum into the company now. It's crystal clear that I'm different than everybody. I just am. I mean, I don't come from the background everybody. I'm a little rough around the edges. I am. It is what it is. But it's also my differences is what's resonating with everybody. Not that everyone else isn't resonating. Please understand what I'm saying. It's just I'm coming and using my pain and everything that I've been through and pouring it into this project. That's why you guys are feeling it. That's why it's resonating with you, because I was depressed. I did have anxiety. I was broken. I didn't have confidence. I didn't feel my self-worth. I thought it was over. I didn't have hope. But somehow, some way, through reading that letter to myself and allowing it to stir me up, and all of a sudden attracting everything that was on that letter, built me up. So people say, how can you not be arrogant and cocky about this? Man, do you know where I just came from? Every day I wake up, when I sit on social media, sometimes I feel like this is a dream. I know I'm dead serious, because 2 years ago, I didn't know if I was going to prison. I'd never been in trouble in my life. The most I got was a speeding ticket. So when I was in that holding cell, man, yeah, I'm a big guy. That was traumatic to me. When I saw that steel toilet, I'm like, I ain't peeing or sitting on that. Like, there's just no way. I don't even want to be in this room. Yeah, I was traumatized by that, man. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to prison. I can't. I had to start mentally seeing myself being free. Like, I'm going to fight this in the universe. I ain't going to prison, man. So anyway, this is why the Shift Shop is the Shift Shop. Everything that you guys are experiencing in this program is because that broken state that I was in, that hurt, that betrayal, that emptiness, I never wanted. I said to myself, when we do this, I never wanted a human being to feel the way I felt in any facet of life. Not one human being. If any person, now obviously I can't save the world. I can't save any of you. I'm a human being. It's my gift we're talking about. I told myself, any person that I have the opportunity to train, if it's 30 minutes, 25 minutes, 35 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, I got that amount of time to make sure that person leave better than they started. That's always been my motivation, always been my everything. So in those 25 minutes, I'm giving you my soul. I'm giving you my spirit. I'm giving you my love. I'm selling hope. I'm giving you everything I have, because guess what? There's no promises you're coming back. There's no promises. Everybody in this world, including myself, we have struggles, man. We all go through things. What we become very good at is masking stuff. We become very good at that because of pride and ego. Listen, when I left for California, I said, I listen to Eminem, Lose Yourself, every day on the way to Beachbody. Straight up. I ain't lying. I listen to that song every single day because I had one shot, one opportunity. That's it. That's all I had. There was no guarantee of a second project, because you know what? There's a reputation here. Like, I have to make sure I nail this. I got to make sure Carl can look at the people who may have questioned me being there saying, this is why I brought him on. This was bigger than me. That's why you always hear me say, throughout the project, and when I'm, talking to you guys, this is way bigger than me. This is about Beachbody. It's about you coaches. It's about Carl. It's about my family. It's about all the people on the other side of this camera that need hope. This is way bigger than Chris Downing. I'm not that good. What I have that I believe is a little different is I have engagement. I'm taking real life situations and I'm implementing it into the training to bring out the best in everybody else. That's what it's all about. So I just kind of gave you the whole story. But there you go.
Awesome. That was awesome. That is so cool. So then Shift Shop was born with right. Carl, did you have the idea, or was it something you guys masterminded together?
Carl came up with the name Shift Shop because we were, first of all, the program was originally called OCD, Outdoors with Chris Downing. It was supposed to be an outdoor training program, but we was having problems finding a syncing device that could prevent sirens outside, just things that you can't control. Mm-hmm. And we couldn't find a syncing device. So Carl said, you know what? I don't want to put Chris on the shelf. Let's bring it back indoors again, 21-day program until we figure out how to make this an outdoor program. And then that's when I left for LA because we had to hurry up and get it together, and we put it together so quickly. But the name, we couldn't use OCD anymore because it's indoors. So we were down to like hours before we had to have a name submitted. We tried Power Rise, Level Up, all these different names that we thought was good. It wasn't good enough. Carl said he was driving down La Brea Avenue and all he saw was a bunch of shops, right? And he said that it just hit him like, shops. And he said it just immediately showed him of my personality, how you open up the garage door. At my one gym, it's a garage door. You open the garage door. When you close that door, some shit is going down inside that doors that you don't know about. It's some real stuff going on. But when you open that door into that shop, people's cars 3 weeks later is coming out reinvented, polished, repainted, remodeled. He said, that's what you do for people. And I said to myself, I'm thinking, you know why? Because that's what I had to do for myself. I had to reinvent myself. Reading that letter to myself, I reinvented myself. And it was right on. But the shifting part comes from shifting from 25 minutes, 35 minutes, 45 minutes. I put a twist on it, thinking that at my broken and worst point, I had to make a mental shift to believe that this paper was true. I had to really mentally shift to convince myself that what was on this paper was my real life and not my physical realm, what was going on in the physical. And once I put those two together, pow, there's a shift shop. Yeah. So yeah, that's where it all comes from. That's the whole, that's why I told you this project.
That's awesome. So now walk us through the program. So a lot of people on here don't know anything about it. So talk about the 3 phases and the workouts and who can do the workout. Anybody kind of, we know, but they don't know.
Right. So the first week is kind of like the introduction. It's just getting your body, in training mode. It's supposed to be something that's not hard, just a foundational week. And it goes from cardio to strength, alternating 6 days. There's a modifier in each and every exercise. Amy could tell you, Allison could tell you. I mean, Kelly could tell you. There's a modifier in each and every. And here's the thing: what I love the most about the modifier, I stress throughout this project: do not judge yourself. Modify if you have to. Who cares? Just do what you got to do to get yourself through it. This isn't about abs, getting lean, getting ripped. All that results you guys are seeing, those are all perks. That's just perks from following the nutrition plan, which we'll get into in the program. The biggest change, the thing that's making the biggest impact is I'm watching Amy. I'm watching everybody that's in the test groups mind change. Everybody loves themselves more now than they ever have. They love their spouses more. They're more grateful. They're more appreciative. They're understanding now their purpose on this earth. They're feeling empowered to go and make a difference. That's what it's all about. It's so much internal work. So then we convert to 35 minutes, which we extend to 10 minutes. And then we go to 45 minutes, which is an additional 10 minutes. But each step of the way, you're being encouraged and empowered. There's a lot of humor in it. I'm a silly guy. There's silly moments in it. So it's hard, but we're getting through it together. It's fun. It's like you can giggle in the workout while you're getting your butt kicked, pretty much.
Pretty much. I know. No, toesies. I think that was the one thing. I'm like, yeah, he's got kids. Only people that have kids say toesies and they don't work out.
I was shocked that I said it too. I was like, I just said toesies. Yeah.
So Kelly, I know you right on your transformation photos, put on there your shift. So Kelly, do you want to share just a little bit?
Sure. This has been a total mental thing for me. When I started Beachbody 4.5 years ago, I lost 65 pounds fairly quickly after the birth of my second child. And this time around, I had a lot of different health issues, a lupus-like thing, and Hashimoto's disease, and I had my third baby. And my mind wasn't in the right place. And I was like, dude, how did I get chosen for this test group? How? But they knew that I needed this. The powers that be. And throughout the 3 weeks, my mind just went from, I can't do this. I'm never going to I can barely do this 25-minute workout to this 45-minute workout. Are you kidding me? And as I'm doing the 45 minutes this week, I was like, yes, do the whole thing. And I ended up losing 8 pounds, which 8 pounds on my frame isn't a whole lot because I still have a ways to go, which is great because now I can recommend this to new moms. I'm 9 months out, but anybody can do this program. And I lost 11 inches and 7 of those inches were from my waist. Wow. 7. So yeah, I'm really proud. I took the pictures this morning and I didn't see it right away. And then I messaged my girls and they were like, yo, calm down. You got this. Yeah. But it's a total mind thing. And it's a shift, and it happens when you're crying in the middle. You have to stop your workout because you're crying. because what Chris is saying to you in this video just hits your core, that's when you make the shift.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That's pretty good. Yeah. So the nutrition part is what is like what complements the whole workout. So it came from when Denis and I sat down. He said, how do you want to do this fitness, the nutrition part? He said, what do you do when you prepare to lean out? I said, so before this, I did a lot of modeling and acting, but it was like real, like cutthroat how I went about things. And when I knew I had to shoot a month out, I would just immediately cut my carbs, and that's just it. You know what? I got to shoot. I had a goal. I'm cutting carbs because I knew what my body would do if I cut carbs. So this is what happened. So I was recklessly ignorant meaning not knowing, just doing that, getting results, but I was missing the biggest component of it. This was the biggest component. 8 or 9 days in, 8 to 11, I think they can agree. All of a sudden, I started getting headaches. I started getting emotional. I was irritable. I didn't have any energy. And one day it just really hit me like, how come I don't feel like this any other time? And then the switch happened. The shift literally happened in this moment. I said, you know what? This is happening because my body is pouting. My body's uncomfortable. Why is my body showing me these signs to run back to the things that I was so comfortable eating, right? So I started thinking like, all right, after that point, my brain got more clear. A couple of days later, my brain got more clear. My complexion started changing. All of a sudden, I'm looking in the mirror, 2 weeks, I got abs. I got a valley coming. I'm over here like looking in the mirror like, oh my, you know what I mean? Just feeling good. But I'm feeling good. I have more energy, yet had no carbs. Couldn't understand it. So then I would go to my modeling job or acting job, do the job. And then after the job was over, I need pizza. I'm going to get chicken wings. Immediately go back to my old way to doing things. And then I would look at the picture and I'd be like, I like that guy in this picture. Like you just see it was just a different me. It was a better version of me. Like I manifested a better version of me, right? My eyes were clear. My skin was good. My teeth were white. It was just, I looked healthier and happier in that state, right? So then I start thinking like, what did I do different? I made a shift. So the next time I had to shoot, I was mindful of it. 7th, 8th day count. I'm like, oh yeah. Hi, symptoms. How you doing? I celebrated that. That right there became a reward to me. I'm like, thank you. You just told me that I left my comfort zone. Now I'm about to dial in right now. I'm really about to just, every step I take from here forward is going to get me to the results and the goals I want because you just surfaced. Hello, how are you? Let's get busy. And after that point, 2 days later, I have more energy. I'm feeling good. Go to the shoot, nail the shoot, look at the pictures like, whoa, dude. So I told Denis this and he was like, you're crazy. And he was like, there's no way, we got to figure this out. I said, no, come on. I don't want to hurt anybody or break anybody. This isn't punishment. How can we taper this down to ease people into it? And that's what it is. So the first week you get carbs. What I mean by carbs is you get starches. All throughout the program, you're still eating fruits, you're still eating vegetables, right? The second week, we drop the carbs a little bit. The third week, you go to 0 carbs. Now, what happens when you go to 0 carbs? Your body starts using stored fat for energy. That's where all my energy source was coming from. After the headaches pass, right? All of a sudden, I'm looking in the mirror, I'm getting lean, I'm getting abs. I'm realizing that, carbs is my problem. It's my problem because it's converting to sugar, which is converting to fat. So that's where the meal plan came from. So when you guys do the meal plan, those who haven't did it, when you start getting them symptoms, man, you need to jump up and down. The average person is going to call you crazy. Just tell them, I just tapped into my purpose, man. I just tapped into my best self. I left my comfort zone. Everything I do from this moment forward is taking me to greatness. It's taking me to my best self. That's how you got to look at that when you do the meal plan.
So this is a random question. Can you actually eat like this forever? Or do you need to cycle that as we're doing this like shift shop? What would be your like maintenance plan after somebody gets to their ultimate goal?
So what I would suggest is, okay, so you know how we did the first 3 weeks and it's the second 3 weeks, right? Mm-hmm. So the second 3 weeks, weeks 4 and 5, everyone's going to go back to week 2 eating. And then week 6, everyone goes back to week 3 eating. You see what I'm saying? So it kind of introduces a little more. It's a little bit, it's almost, I mean, you're kind of like
introducing cycling kind of a thing.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
But it's just keeping balance, because when we say it's no carbs, it's just the starches. You're still getting greens, you're still getting fruits, and you need that anyway. I mean, where does it ever say Jesus sat on a rock and ate a sweet potato? I mean, he didn't say it, man. I've yet to see that.
Yeah. 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 And we use containers, right? I mean, people are asking about the containers. So it's,
if you want to use them, Autumn nailed that. That was brilliant, her idea. Use them containers if you need to use them.
Yeah. Yep. And then unlimited veggies was very helpful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And then too, I like that it maybe just explain, like the first week we can have any carb on the yellow, but then you start to cut it down. So why did you choose the ones you did?
Because those ones are obviously along the low glycemic index, but it's getting, first of all, myself, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, you know, my favorite junk food is kettle corn popcorn. I eat it by the bags, man. Like the big red one, the Indiana one, man, it gives me goosebumps when I eat it. I'm just telling you, it's my favorite. So I'm just I'm just being honest, man. But what the truth is like, because of the stress of our lives and the things that we deal with and our struggles and things we learn how to mask, we become prisoners of our taste buds. You know, what we think is good for us is only for the moment. It is really destroying us later. And so, you know, with the whole program, during that adversity moment, you know, those symptoms surface, I'm just trying to teach you how to use the proper nutrients to give you those endorphins you really want. It's not in the sugar, it's in the discipline of you identifying with your purpose and why you're doing what you're doing. You see, what does it mean to you? And it really boils down to this. All of us have kids, right? Would any of you go in your cupboard right now, pour a glass of bleach in the cup and give it to your kid? Absolutely not. Why? Because you love them. So why don't we love ourselves when we hit those moments as far as fueling our body, the things we need? Mm-hmm. Like the decisions you make is based on how much you love yourself.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So yeah. So as things start cutting down, we chose those specific fruits and veggies so that your body can be nourished. It ain't about what you like. Sometimes you got to eat for fuel.
I ate for fuel a lot. But I did have a 20-minute conversation about what kind of cake I liked on week 3. I just want you to know it's a little rough.
Sometimes you just got to grab it and smell it. Don't even eat it.
I don't know.
Sniff it.
Okay, so in week 3, it's not like we take out yellows and don't give you anything else. So you adjusted some things in week 3 too, right?
Right. Everything in the program. And here's another thing that I want you guys to understand. First of all, this is not punishment, man. No one's going to get, you know, an F. If you have a weak moment, guess what? Celebrate that. Celebrate the fact that you identified that you're not delusional and you're not living in denial. Okay, this is my weakness. That just gives you one more step to bring out the best self. Identify whatever your struggles are. So if you have a hiccup, don't beat yourself up about it. Get right back on the wagon. But just know that you can't expect the results you really want if you don't stay disciplined. All right. But yeah, in week 3, yeah, we certain things are removed, and you just gotta choose based off of what's right for you in that moment. But you still get a variety though. Here's another thing that I want to make very clear. Sometimes when we do these meal plans, the first thing we think is something is being taken from us. My whole philosophy in this, I'm not taking anything from you. What I'm doing is giving you a snapshot of who you really are. I'm giving you a snapshot that you're powerful, that you're beautiful, that you're intelligent, that you're an awesome coach, that you have a great business, you have a great family, that you're in the best shape of your life. I'm just trying to give you a glimpse of your potential. So I'm not taking anything from you. I'm giving you something. I'm showing you your best self.
Okay. How would you describe the workouts each day? Weights, cardio, weighted cardio, and what kind of equipment will they need?
Only thing you'll need is for cardio, we use the Beachbody markers, and then the weights, we use medium to light dumbbells. And then when you get stronger, you know, I challenge you to challenge yourself. Go heavier with the weights, you know, continue to bring out the best in yourself, but you just need dumbbells and markers. And in week 4, which we haven't talked about much, you use your Beachbody PT sandbag.
Oh, okay. And then performance line too, right? Where we can use all of the performance line, or was there anything that you would tell us to stay away from?
Yeah, use the Shakeology. It becomes your best friend in this program, man. It really does. Shakeology, use the recovery because you are going to be sore. You can use the Energize. You can use the Hydrate. I know that when we were going through filming, I had severe cramping. So I had to like drink a lot of Hydrate just to keep my muscles from cramping. But yeah, you can use the whole line.
Yeah. Yep. I will tell you, I would go to bed sore and I would take the recharge at night and I'd wake up and I would be like, all right, I got this. We can do this. So totally. Space. You do need a little bit of space, right?
Yeah, I mean, we filmed in a 9x9 space, but at the end of the day, here's something I told another coach. So someone says, when I have this small apartment, how do I do to work on in this apartment? I said, okay, you're in this small apartment for a reason. Here, let me give you a snapshot of what I see for you. You work with what you have. All right. If you can't go outside, use that small apartment. This is what's going to happen. You're going to maximize your space, do the best you can with what's provided to you based on where you live. Then you're going to be empowered by this program. You're going to reinvent yourself. You're going to make the shift mentally. All of a sudden, your team's going to grow. Then you and your husband are going to buy a new house. You're going to build a house. Now you're going to create the size weight room you want. Then you're going to have the nice weight room that you want with the size you want. So next time we do another program, space isn't an issue. Then you're going to bring in a new coach with a program. The coach is going to say, well, I have a small space. What am I supposed to do? Guess what? Now you got a message for that person because you lived it and there's power in that. I'm serious, guys. Like, I believe that there's a way out of everything. It's just all about perspective and how you see it. So many people will look at a situation like I don't have a space and immediately miss their blessing. The blessing isn't Chris Downing. The blessing is you waking up on the inside to create the future that you really want for yourself. My gift was able to provide the project to give you the roadmap to your dreams and goals. So don't look at it as if my space is too small to do it. No, maximize where you at. That shows gratefulness and appreciation because you're hoping for something bigger and better later.
Mic drop. All right. Everybody else from the test group, do you guys want to chime in and have any questions or things you want to say too?
Yeah, I'm tired of talking. No, I'm joking.
I have a question, and I've actually heard you answer it before, and that's why I'm asking it. We have about 15 teams here that are represented, and I've heard you speak before. Some people have said, like, aren't you worried about like Shaun T coming out and all his stuff? Can you speak to that? And I've heard you speak to it before, and I think it's a great message for our teams to hear.
Well, the way I approach the other trainers is the same way that I want you guys to approach other coaches. First and foremost, it's an honor for me to even be in this situation. Number one, just, given my background and what happened. And then, I look at Shaun T and Tony Horton as legends. Like, they paved the way for me to even be here. They had tremendous success, and that opened the door for Beachbody to bring in an Autumn, bring in a Joel and Jericho, a Sagi, and then a Chris Downing. So, I always have the utmost respect and honor for them. But my grandma taught me something when I was a kid. She always told me if I'm looking over my shoulder, then I'm walking in fear. I feel like, we all bring something so unique to the table that, guess what? I may not be the trainer for you this month, but how awesome is it to be able to log on to BOD and say, you know what? I want to work with Shaun today. I want to work with Tony today. I want to work with Autumn today. You got a variety to choose based on whatever your dreams and goals are for yourself. And I don't believe in competing with people. When these guys' projects come out, you're going to see me on social media wearing their clothes because I just don't believe in competition. The only competition I have is myself and bringing out the best in myself. And me doing that should complement what everybody else is doing. I just don't operate in that kind of fear. So even as coaches, don't compare yourself to another coach. What you can do is if there's another coach that you love how productive they are, pick up the phone, shoot them a text, shoot them an email. Can you give me some words of advice? Like, what did you do to get you to this point? Please believe it. I'm humble enough. If I hit a roadblock, I will be contacting those guys to say, how do I navigate this situation? Autumn did something phenomenal for me. When we was in Punta Cana, me and her went to lunch, and she really just talked to me about the business, about me, and it was just so helpful. So yeah, I'm glad he's back because it makes the team so much stronger. I'm looking forward to the super workout, but my focus is always me being better today than I was yesterday.
That's amazing. What else? Any other questions?
Actually, so I was just wondering if Chris could give everybody else sort of the scope from your perspective. So our test group is about 200 members. So within that group, it is just coaches, inspiring, uplifting, showing videos. And I know for you, that must have kind of been like not really knowing what you're getting into, what this is going to be about. So just in your experience so far, what has being a part of Team Beachbody from the coaching perspective, what has that meant to you? Why is it different? What is it that we have that you think is just a cut above, just something that people won't find somewhere else?
Potential, unlimited, untapped potential. When they told me they were doing a test group, they gave me the option of how much I wanted to be involved, and I said, "Oh, I'm in it. I'm with them every step of the way," because we can't just give these people a project and say, find your way. What makes this project different? Now, I'm not comparing it to any trainer or any other project. It goes back to my philosophy. I got 25 minutes this week to make sure you leave better than you came. Next week, I got 35 minutes. And the only way that's going to happen is if I'm in the trenches with you, that I'm telling you what to expect so you have an understanding of what's coming. I'm teaching you and navigate. Most importantly, throughout this process, marriages has been restored. The one girl, Natalie, her baby got bit, and that crushed me. So, I said, forget the shift shop. This is Natalie Bailey week. It was all about keeping everybody focused on their purpose, yet embracing each other for this moment. Because at some point, the shift shop test group's going to end. And that's why the other day I said, okay, what's after this? Your challenge groups. I need to be a part of your challenge groups. I need to help you because I don't want to send you out in the wilderness and get lost. Like, I need to be there with you until you can say, I got this, Chris. So yeah, that whole me not being a part of it was never an option. I was going to be a part of it for sure. And it was a way for you guys to get to know me. I mean, you saw me with like gold stuff on my eyes. Now y'all know I'm a MItro.
You did this great video. I don't remember what day it was, but you talked a lot about the movies that you've watched and the inspiration that it's provided for you. And I remember that just being just a game changer. That was something that really spoke to me because it was the first time I think you kind of let your guard down a little bit and you said, this is who I am. And these movies have inspired me. So could you also just walk them through and I see them on your back wall, but could you walk them through just one of the movies that you talked to us about that really just impacted you in a really positive way?
So this is my man cave. It's a little theater room. And what happened is when I got in trouble, I remember I said I went in my head and was like, no, I'm not going to prison. If I got to be on house arrest, I remodeled my whole basement. And what I needed was because I'm such a, I know that I have the gift to influence people. And I know that, I motivate people, but I don't have people to, I don't have anyone to speak into my life. The very person who spoke into my life was dead, my uncle. So that's why I strive so hard to stay above water and continue to pour into other people, because seeing your results actually empowers me to work harder and be even better. So knowing that I was getting in trouble, that I was in trouble and believing that I would get probation, which I ended up getting, I bought every movie poster that ever impacted my life. And I put it in my man cave and used it as motivation. The one movie is, Kung Fu Panda. That's my favorite movie because Kung Fu Panda was just all based on, you saw the panda, he just wasn't operating in his best self, but within him was something so great. All he had to do was tap into it. And then you look at the little raccoon thing that had all the wisdom. And he, when the water was real muffly, and he said, that reflects light. But when the water is calm, you can see a reflection. Like, it has so many spiritual principles in that movie that moved me. But I think hands down, through all the persecution, I had to reach for my Gandhi, that movie Gandhi. Gandhi got slapped around, he got mistreated, but he walked in love. So that Gandhi poster really showed me that despite what people say about me, this is a time for me to work on my character, really define my character and walk in love no matter what. So yeah, but the biggest impact was obviously Rocky, his perseverance and the pursuit of happiness. The pursuit of happiness really brought me through because Will Smith was down on his luck, but he had a dream. He had a hope. He had a purpose. He just needed one opportunity. So the pursuit of happiness represents this Beachbody situation for me because all I needed was one opportunity, one project, one opportunity. And all he needed was for one person to buy that piece of medical equipment. And you see what it did for him. So yeah, I had to surround myself around, the movies that impacted me because that's what I had to rely on. Y'all didn't know I was this crazy, right?
Yeah, but I think all us Beachbody coaches are all a little crazy too, in the exact same way. Like this is it. We look for those moments that inspire us and give us hope and push us outside of our comfort zone. So you speak our language, and Carl picked you perfectly for our culture. Like
that's exactly why at Punta Cana I told you guys, and I meant it. And those who were there, you heard me say it. If at any point I feel like this is going in my head or taking me in the wrong direction, I'm out of here because then I'm gonna start hurting people. And I just completely ruined my uncle's dream and my purpose. I don't, that's why I'm so humble, because this is way bigger than me.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. And you have the possibility to impact. You are already impacting a lot of people, and it's an amazing gift. So it's incredible. It's incredible. We're thankful to have you. Absolutely thankful to have you as part of our Beachbody family. So, and taking time away from your personal life to be here with us means a lot, especially on a holiday weekend. So, so pretty awesome. Is there anything else that you guys want to add or say? We're excited. What, July 12th? Is that the launch date? 13th. July 13th is the launch date when it goes live. So, so then everybody will be able to experience it.
Yeah. So real quick before we go, first and foremost, I want to thank all of you coaches, on the call and out, that's not on the call, for giving me a second chance. I know it looked a little crazy reading that, but to still be open-minded and say, well, let's just see what he brings to the table. I appreciate you guys, and I hope that somehow, some way, you guys know what I'm about, but I do thank you for being open-minded enough to trust Carl's judgment. And I can promise you one thing, we're going to have a lot of fun. This is going to be a great, great experience. I'm humbled. And I'll tell you, like I told everybody else, your challenge groups, when this come out, let me help you. Don't go into this thing blind, man. If you need help, get a hold of me. I'll send you personal videos to share with your team. I'm leaving my gym in September. I'm building a team now. I'm gonna have someone else run my facilities, and I'm gonna dedicate all my time to Beachbody. So all I got all day is to make videos. So if you need my help, just let me know. All right.
Love it. Thank you.
Guys, thank you very much.
All right. Have a great night, everybody. I'll get this recording up and share it with you all. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Thanks, Chris. Bye.